Hey, this is Robert Christiansen. Thank you for joining me. I want to talk to you about the power of thirds on a whiteboard for the purposes of storytelling. Okay, so we're going to take the first section here and the second section and the third section here. So that's how we're going to divide up our board. The first one is the problem. Okay, let's say, for example, we're going to take a social marketing problem. Okay, I want to get to an additional 10 million people with my product. Let's just say I want to get to 10 million people with my Pallas pens. So over here, I can say, hey, I want to get to 10 million people. Let's just say it's views of a video. Well, that's a pretty sizable goal. There's a lot of challenges around with that. Well, what is it I want to get done with that? I want to be able to raise and have some sort of revenue. Let's say I want to sell $100,000 worth of pens out of that. And so that's a realistic goal over a period of time for whiteboard pens. There's hundreds of millions of them sold every year. So this is what I'm going to try to work through. And let's say also, we also have we want to do it on various channels that make sense, such as LinkedIn, okay, because LinkedIn is much more focused on, I think, educators, engineers, nursing, etc., that would show up and go and see about managing the career and leveling up. Okay, so that's the problem. This is solutioning. And when you call solutioning, or ideation or creative and stuff like that, that's when you engage the team around you at the whiteboard. If it's just you, okay, start working through it on your own. But this is when you talk to people. Okay, this is how you're engaging. You got to open up. You got to get yourself out of the way and allow for them to give you feedback on how to go about doing things, right? So there might be a LinkedIn ads might be way here. Or there might be, like this, a post for a how-to. That's going to make that happen. There may be an opportunity here to hit Facebook more on the nurses side, okay? Or Facebook, okay, on the educators. All right, so those are two big groups that use whiteboard pens, okay? So I can keep going down through here and start figuring this out. And then, okay, so this is what's next over here. And what I mean by what's next is what are the actions we're going to take to move this forward? Well, the next actions that I want to take with these pens here is I'm going to say, hey, I am going to do a post video, 3 times a week. And from that, I want to create an engagement with a community that says, hey, it's not just about the pen, it's about how I use the pen. It's about how I go about and touching people and elevating their game, right? And so we want to be able to engage. We're going to focus on the first community of engagement, and that's going to be presenters. Presenters. Okay? So here, you get the idea here. So now here's the action plan, which has led to this particular board, right? But here's what I did. I took the problem, started doing some solutioning, and did a what's next, okay? Now, this is really important for you telling your story when you're talking to clients, engaging, if you say you're an engineer and you're in an interview, right? Problem, solutioning, how are you gonna solve the problem for them? If you're selling something, what's their problem? Let's talk about opportunities and solutions. Here's how my product and services solve that problem. This is a fundamental structure for solving and presenting and engaging a client. All right, thanks for joining me. Be sure to go to Pallas Pens, get your set of Pallas pens, and so that you too can engage the board. All right, bye.